thank you all for coming tonight. This is a very special evening, and one that I'm very happy to be a part of. And I was tasked with the notion of introducing Sue Watson, and we all know Sue. And so I was thinking, what am I going to do? And then I remembered that I had written something in one of the programs way back when, and I had to go way back in the recesses of my brain. Which show was it? Well, I remembered finally that it was Ashland, our Valentine town. And in 2015, and I had written something for my friend Sue Watson, and I think it's apropos this evening to introduce Sue. So, a Valentine for my friend Sue. Instead of recounting your many accomplishments for the center since 1982, instead of praising your work ethic and attention to detail for 18 variety shows back then, but now it's been 20, instead of describing your many talents and abilities on stage and off stage, I am writing you a Valentine. I believe that my feelings are shared by many of the people who have sung, danced, and worked and played with you throughout the years. Maya Angelou once said, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you make them feel. Sue, I am a better person because I know you. You understand the importance of human connection through kindness, laughter, and tears. You are sensitive to the challenges that people face, both known and unknown to others. You are sensitive, and you help me to understand that diplomacy and caring opens hearts, doors, and communities. My life is fuller because I know you. You encourage everyone to come play in our sandbox of a show, no matter their age, economic station, church affiliation, singing or dancing ability, mental or physical challenges, political party or otherwise. We are all enriched when we play and sing and dance and work together. Sue, I am grateful for your presence and our friendship. Thank you for nurturing me and mentoring me through our show and in life. Thank you for teaching me that laughter is the best medicine and life is not really a rehearsal. And then I'm going to end it with a few lyrics from one of my favorite shows, Wicked, and it's from the song For Good. Carol knows this one well. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those people who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And my friends, I pass you on to Sue Watson, who will then speak a few words in brevity.
Strong suit. Thank you for assuming that maybe I've learned something. I'm looking around to see if there's anybody in this room that could have taught me brevity, and I'm not sure if I could see anybody that's done that.
Not me.
That's really bizarre.
We wanted to.
I mean, Glenn Milligan was on the school board with me for how many years? 24 anyway. And it was a chore to see who was going to be able to get us out of there closer to a little before midnight. The kind of discussions we had, and there are other people in this room who have done the same kind of thing. And Lorie, bless her heart, she's a real talent in the midst when we talk about doing a show. You know, the old movies when they always say, let's put on a show, Judy Garland and Nikki Rooney, even too young to know about that. But there are such people, and they manage to do something that changes people's lives. And I'm not getting philosophical or religious about this, but just having you all come and want to see and hear, is a real reward. And even, I mean, people like Rob, who has probably never done some of the things in real life. I mean, not that he's a purist, but he has done numbers on stage and had, 500 people sitting out in the audience to watch him put on a costume and say.
A women's costume.
What?
A women's costume.
Right. Somebody's beat me to that.
Quite a few people in this room. Steve, Chelsea, if asked, he would probably model.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
With what we have seen of Steve from the
Yep.
pit,
Lorie's always in the dressing room.
I know way too much about Steve.
I can honestly say that Steve is the only man I have helped fasten his bra.
More than once.
More than once, too.
It's the taking off we're worried about.
Oh.
We have had experiences as a result of this that no one could have ever envisioned when we were talking about doing the show, could you? I mean, you can't make it up. And we're lucky because real human beings have had these experiences and come out of it pretty good, considering what we could have learned from. Flippo is one of the ones that has enabled me and a lot of the people in the background to survive the whole thing. He sits in the pit and everybody thinks that he's just a handsome man sitting there and looking cute, and all the girls just drool every time he turns around. But
Yes.
isn't that true?
Not just the girls.
We got Ned over there who can really play a guitar as well as anybody in the world, much less in Ashland. Carter. And you got there.
Fred right there.
Oh. And Fred is the one the glue that holds it all together.
Fred's the brains of the outfit.
Yeah. And
Scary.
he will say,
It's a good cop. It's a good cop, bad cop thing.
And it
He's the good cop.
People want to know how the show comes about or has come about for all these years, and it's not like I'm sure anything else in the world has ever come together. Because first of all, the people who are in the pit are remarkable people and really like being together and making things up, and they do it. I mean, that's the basis of the whole show, is to have music that people can sing and dance to, and it makes us all. Should I quit talking like this?
Betsy is murmuring things in my ear, and
I was just gonna, since the video is 45 minutes, maybe we'll
Okay.
save some of this for afterwards.
Okay, we will. Anyway, okay, I'm just thinking then that the people in the pit, we'll talk about that as the basis of the whole show. But y'all are really sweet to come and support what has been a labor of love. And my family has put up with it for how long, but I mean, I look around this room and nothing would have happened on stage without you guys sitting in the chairs, because you all made it happen. And Tom Wolf has all the videos.
yes.
Yeah.
So let me say a couple of words about how I first met Sue. My uncle, Bill McElwain, taught at Randolph-Macon for 45 years. He was in the same department as Richie, and so Bill and Richie were really good friends. And I called up my Uncle Bill. I said, I'm being relocated to Richmond, Virginia. Where should I move to? He said, there's only one place, the center of the universe. And I didn't know what that meant, but I came here on the very first day that we moved. My realtor had gotten us tickets to the Ashland Musical Variety Show. It was 1995. And so we went to the show, and it was entertaining, it was funny, and they ended the show with this song, Ashland, Ashland. I said, here's a town that has its own song, that's crazy. I'm gonna feel so at home here, and my family and I have for the past 30 years now. So Sue smells new blood that comes into the community. And she's like, your whole family needs to be in the show next time it comes around. And so in 1997, we were all in the show. And then she found out that I have a broadcast journalism background. And she said, well, could you do the videotaping? And so starting in 1999, I started doing videos. But I found that the videos didn't really capture the magic of the show and everything that puts it together. So I started not only videotaping the show, I do all 3 performances to just get the best acts, best versions of the acts. And then I started doing interviews with the people who were involved in the show, and Rob will tell you, and Carter will tell you, and Fred and Carolyn, and I have learned more about the magic that this show brings to Ashland through those interviews than anything else I've done here. So, and then in 2011, I got to be part of the development process. So they invited me over to Ashland Coffee and Tea, and they started talking about the numbers that they wanted to do. And as part of this clip that you'll see, it goes from development into reality, and it's an amazing thing to watch. These guys are hilarious. You get Carter and Fred and Sue and Lorie in the same room, and again, it's just magic. So you're going to see a lot of folks that you recognize. Some of them are not in the same job titles that they used to be in. Some of them are no longer with us, but you get to see them at their best, because when people were performing in this show, they just loved being here. So this is my tribute to Sue Watson. It is the greatest hits of the Ashland Musical Variety Show, both interviews and numbers. And Betsy's going to turn the lights down, and we're going to watch this video.
I think this is one of those things that makes Ashland Ashland. It's a small town experience at its highest level. When you've got 400 people out of a town of 7,200 who participate in an event, whether it be behind the scenes, on the stage, doing the marketing, I mean, we're very fortunate to have this many people who are giving pretty much months of their time to prepare for this so we can have a fundraiser for a wonderful organization in the Hanover Arts and Activity Center.
When you get this many people to pull together for a community center that does a lot of great work in the town, the 4th of July parade. Now, this is really an amazing place to live.
Every 2 years, it really gives me goosebumps, because I'm reminded of just what a wonderful community this is, and how silly they are together, and how the frivolity of it all just lightens everyone, and really, you know, you stop thinking about paying your bills, you stop thinking about the economy, and you stop thinking about those everyday things that go on, and you just are lighthearted and you have fun. And I think that makes us so much stronger together. I think that just enriches our lives so much more here.
It's really fun getting to know everyone again every 2 years. Some folks I don't really see, but every 2 years. And it's as if no time passes, but at the same time, we enjoy the reunion that it seems to be every 2 years.
This isn't so much about talent as it is about community building, and it's just the most wonderful experience. You see relationships forming, those wonderful things that give our lives meaning. And tonight's production is going to be so much fun. It's full of fun.
Somebody said, oh, are you going to have a show this year because things are so tough? And we thought, oh, all the more reason to have a show. First of all, it's for a good cause, the Hanover Arts and Activity Center. It brings together the college, because the college shares this facility with us. But even more so, it gives people this opportunity to do something that's fun, not based on issues, and everybody comes together for a good cause.
It just reflects a close community, and it creates a close community.
If you've ever seen the movie Waiting for Guffman, it's like that, but better.
Because it's real, right?
Because it's real, and
that's the analogy that I use.
And it's one more thing that whenever I'm involved, I say I love living in Ashland.
Sure.
It is absolutely something you would not believe. Everybody in town and around the town gets involved, and you just catch the spirit from Sue Watson and Lorie Foley, and just get really into the act, and everybody has a wonderful time.
This year's show has just been a blast, and the best part about it, it's the community that it builds amongst the participants. And with a cast of 400, it's all about the relationship.
We call it community building through the arts, and I guess you sort of stretch the term arts, but we do believe it. And it's a great way to bring people together with singing and dancing. What more could you ask?
When I first moved to Ashland, I came to a show not knowing what I was getting into, and I walked away knowing that I'd moved to the best town in the whole world.
It's not like you're performing for an audience or a crowd. It's more like you're performing for your family. Like you've just got a big family and you're all performing together at the same time.
You're singing with them, you're dancing, you're being silly, and everybody's just a little nervous, and you're kind of playing off of one another.
It's so funny that in your everyday life, some of these people are so shy and reserved, and they get on stage and they're just all out there, you know, they're just singing and dancing and moving. It's just hysterical.
You know, I understood what a Herculean undertaking it was, but watching Lorie and Sue do it has blown me away. I don't know how they pull it off. It's amazing. I tease like the next statue at the library has to be the two of them, you know.
It's always a team effort here in Ashland when it comes to the variety show. Everyone loves performing. It's the best fundraiser we've ever had at the center, and it's a wonderful experience for anyone.
If there's a thing, every single one of us, we're like, come on, gang, let's put on a show. And it's everything from rail to the variety show that if we do something, everybody's all in, and it's Ashland. Yeah. Center of the universe.
It was 1967, and there were 41 members of the Junior Women's Club, and we knew there was a big need for library, community center, just all kinds of things. And when the Baptist Church came up, they told us it was $28,000, $27,000 to buy it, and $1,000 to run it. And I don't know, not any of us said, "Oh, we can't do that." We just, "Oh, okay."
Several of us who had been involved in that experience were literally in Nancy Hugo's kitchen talking about how to help the center to continue offering the programs and that it does so well. I remember Harold Wright, Roseanne Shelf, Nancy Hugo, and I were figuring out something that could happen because Harold was a drama teacher at Patrick Henry, and because Roseanne's children had been involved in the plays at the high school, as well as Susan had been in Sound of Music and Oliver. We'd all worked together, and so it was sort of natural that we'd think in terms of a production. Initially we had thought we could do a production maybe at the center, but then as the idea advanced, the partnership with Randolph-Macon became a big piece of the first show, which became the Ashland Musical Variety Show. And musical is very important because it is not a talent show necessarily, nor is it theater in the traditional sense of drama. There is a lot of drama, more backstage than on stage, but musical was a part of it. When did we start doing this? It feels like maybe at least a year ago, don't you think?
565,600 minutes. Yeah.
And Lorie and Sue just do an incredible job. I mean, they just really worked so hard on this and very dedicated and long hours. Ashland Coffee and Tea, they bought a lot of coffee there. They should give them some free coffee somewhere along the line.
We kind of sorted through the suggestions that we get every year after a show. We take them very seriously. We put them in files. We print them out. We bring them out. And then for that meeting, we kind of sift through some of the stronger suggestions.
You can't help but move. You can't move, and you gotta move, and you got to smile.
And then we remind ourselves, short, fun, and funny. Short, fun, and funny. So, you know, Sue or I would make a suggestion, or Fred, and we go, short, fun, or funny? No. You know, that one's out of there.
But what if we have families and we have Archie and Edith? We have the Brady's, Lucy, the Partridge family. If families are actually dressed up
as a family,
Do it as a medley.
and do it as
just a little line from each of the shows. I think that's
those
great.
were the days.
TV.
These are the
You'd have
days.
to arrange it.
That would be
TV
easy
families. I love it.
I like that.
That's the way they all became the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. That's the way they became the Brady Bunch.
What about boogie shoes?
Put on your boogie
Casey and the Sunshine.
Casey.
How does it go? Oh, you don't.
Boogie shoes.
And boogie with you.
Boogie
Shoes and boogie with you.
I wanna put on my boogie shoes and boogie with you. I wanna put on my boogie shoes and boogie with you.
Years ago, I heard a dumb joke about a little boy, and he was crying at his potty.
Potty.
And it was, it's my potty, and I cry if I want to. And so
I like that. Did you
but
put that
it's-
down?
My potty.
it's my potty, and
It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you.
Song that they sang in First
At-
Wives Club. What is it? You
that's
don't
fun.
know me. Da, 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 da. You know, what is it?
you don't
Know
know me.
me.
Well, that's it.
But
isn't
you,
it?
is that the name of it? Okay, and maybe we could get the Rolling Stones. I've always wanted a Mick Jagger. If we had Michael Jackson and Mick Jagger.
I don't know what song would you do.
And then just, you know, have Sean just strutting around.
Oh, he would
She
be
can-
telling. He's got to come out of the pit for that.
He's got to come out of his shell.
See the flood is threatening my very life today. Give me shelter. Oh, I wanna fade away. Oh, children, it's just a shot away. It's just a shot away.
I always am worried in the beginning that it's not going to work out because there are so many volunteers that are needed and there's so many different jobs that have to be done, you know, from selling the ads to figuring out who's going to print the programs, to t-shirts, to kids, to these rehearsals, to music. And every year that they do it, I am always amazed that it comes together, that, you know, everybody really does their part and pulls together and shows up for rehearsals, you know, for weeks on end. And it's just wonderful. It's wonderful.
Cast of 400 people. We couldn't do it without two important groups. Obviously, Randolph-Macon College, who completely redoes the black box stage to make it the auditorium in traditional style. And then Duncan Memorial allows all of our cast, 400 of us, to go over there and dress. It takes a lot of space for a cast that size. But the crew, I mean, look at all the people around here that are going to move risers, and the costume people, people who made, Charles Van Gore made all of the cars, and then we've got Karen Lynn who made the Mustang from Mustang Sally. You can't imagine, people, if you ask people to do something in this town and they're talented, they are generous people. And we've got to have the posters done by our graphic geniuses, Christiana Rederer. The program this year, look at that. Have you seen the program? Oh, it's like a New York Broadway playbill. Jen Chambers and her group. It's just amazing.
I kind of have to coordinate everybody getting on and off stage, and I work real closely with the sound people and the light people as far as coordinating who comes on, who gets the headphones, what time they come over to get their head mics.
So you guys like do everything?
No.
So, well, yeah, because
we have the little.
you're in the show, and then you're back here coordinating efforts behind the scenes.
Yeah, well, that.
It is a well-oiled machine. It's organized chaos because everything is so busy, crazy, but it is a lot of fun to see, and I've had a lot of fun being part of it this year.
They'll start to go on stage without their prop, their umbrella or whatever, and it's like, wait, come back here.
We have little flags for the children. We have the cowboy hats for the boots are made for walking. We have the umbrellas for MAME. All the dish rags and other props for the I'm a Woman number. And
the clothesline.
And the clothesline is that's a big thing.
Whose clothes are those?
A lot of those are my clothes. Interestingly, yesterday, the bra went missing.
One of the problems with scenery, of course, is it's got to project from way far away. So we decided to make it twice the size, and so the front is cut out of a piece of thin plywood, and then I bent noodles, the foam noodles around the edges, and stapled them on, and then some little aluminum doodahs, and I just basically laid it out and painted it, latex, and then cut back in with felt tip, and this is just tape on here, sort of the keyboard and stuff. Just sort of suggest what it is.
And Kristen, how long have you been doing this?
This is my third show, selling tickets.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's like childbirth. You forget as soon as it's over, and then a couple years later, you're ready to do it again, and you forgot the hard part. Hello. Hi, I'm looking for variety show tickets. My name is so-and-so, and my daughter's in the show.
Okay, what night are you interested in?
We need tickets all 3 nights because my daughter, she's in the show.
I bet she's a very special little child, isn't she?
She is, and we are looking so forward to seeing her on stage.
Everybody here has been doing their own thing for many, many years. So I didn't try to reinvent the wheel. I just tried to go with what was already established and stay on top of it as much as I could.
And what's it like working backstage this year?
It's a lot of fun. You see the show from a different perspective. You see it sideways.
That's a good way to put it.
Let me just say that we have the best musicians known to man. Fred Horn and Carter Flippo are our musical directors, and they know everything. They lead this group of very talented people.
The pit band is the best place to be. It has the darkest, most sarcastic sense of humor of any area of the entire cast.
And is that due to you, or is that due to Carter? Or
I
Fred?
would say the source of it is definitely Mr. Flippo. Yeah, no question about that.
What do you think of this year's show?
Oh, I love it. I love it. The music's great. They challenged us a lot this year.
It is an incredible band. I love working with Carter Flippo. He and Ned Henson are just phenomenal. Jim Jones pulled together some great instrumentalists, some brass players, and one saxophone, and they are right on top of the show.
Fred Horn and Carter Flippo are just about as good music directors as you'd ever find in the We've got the biggest pit band we've ever had. Jim Jones did all the horn section. We got 7 people with on horns, trumpets, saxophone, and trombone. And, it's all come together. It's just a miracle.
And what is that instrument that you got in your hands?
This is a mandolin, so we're going to play a little bluegrass to get the show started. The numbers this year are really great. There's some really ones that tug at your heart, which I think are neat, and I like that emotion.
Well, we start off with the number celebration, with Cool and the Gang celebration, and then we try to do some numbers from previous shows that were crowd favorites, like The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
Oh, and they're doing this thing with the eyes, and the lion sleeps tonight. And that's fun.
But then mostly we do sort of slices of Ashland life. We always have the children's chorus, and they're singing Agents of Change, which could suggest lots of changes that have gone on in our country. And then they sing a song about America. They're always our patriotic, which is just a good way to start the show. Then we have some traditional favorites like the Hometown Boys, who will sing about the local happenings and the town characters and sort of make fun of all of us, which is a good thing to do. We are singing Great Balls of Fire and a little Do You Love Me, and then we've got the Calendar Boys coming out with us. Well, they are fully clothed. This is a family show. Many of them participated in the Naked Men calendar, which raised $27,000 for Ashland Christian Emergency Service, ACES, which is a very worthy organization.
Do you have a favorite number?
Dancing Queens.
Dancing Queens?
Dancing Queens. I'm directing Dancing Queen, which is really good, and the women in that number are so enthusiastic, and they have their wonderful go-go boots and their crazy colorful outfits on, very retro.
We probably have a world premiere of a group of public officials doing a bobblehead number to Earth, Wind, and Fire.
And it's always fun to be up there with members of the Board of Supervisors, with school board folks, to staff. Of course, my boss is on the town council, so it's other duties as assigned when you're a town manager. It's obligatory. You have to be in the variety show.
I have heard that this is our best council number. Not that would take a lot, but yeah, I mean, we could only go up.
Myself and most of the people that I'm performing with can't dance. Some can sing, but I don't know if they can sing and dance at the same time. So we'll see how that works out.
So we have our bobblehead number, and we each have a bobblehead of our own face out on stage as part of our dance, except that Wednesday night, all the bobbleheads were Sue and Lorie.
Do you have a favorite number?
Absolutely. It is the closing number that Sean Kennedy sings every time I turn around. If we could play that for 45 minutes, I'd be completely delighted.
For the first time, my brother is singing in the show, Sean Kennedy, and he's something else. He's a bit of a showman.
In that number. I mean, Ned and I looked at each other and we said, this looks like the Kennedy compound. He said, let's just call it Camelot.
Every time I do, I lose. When I look, I win. Every time I turn around, back in love again.
Then we bring the dresses back for Stop in the Name of Love. Is that right?
Again, Carter said, I think it's time to bring out the purple dress. And we pay attention to him.
We pay attention to
We've got good singers.
Opinions.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, that's my favorite. It's just, I love the rocking back and forth.
Yeah, we can't tell that you enjoy it because you just you don't move at all.
Oh, it's just great. It's and there's some ladies involved. They can wail. They can just flat out sing.
Favorite number, definitely. Bachman Turner Overdrive, Taking Care of Business. I have had a blast watching the officials pull this one off.
And we all wrote the lyrics, including some of them, and the lyrics therefore changed at every rehearsal.
We get up every morning to the long box warning, 8:15 in Ashland Town.
And Chief Goodman, our chief of police, has his first solo.
Oh yeah, he was singing that.
Yes.
He's
given,
good.
Yeah, he was given a
He's
microphone.
gone from a cowbell playing to a solo. That's really moving up. Yeah.
We have 3 numbers that are underwater in Ashland. The first one is Under the Sea, featuring Patrick Warren as Sebastian with some very young children who are super cute and all in various sea creature costumes. It's adorable. Then the I Will Survive Mermaids follows that, and we have a group of women who are, there's a lot going on. It's a feast for the eyes, a lot of, walking like mermaids
Like
and
Bette Midler.
bling, and like Bette Midler. A lot of headpieces that are tremendous. These ladies really took creativity to the top of their
Next
game,
level.
really, including Faye Pritchard's high-heeled green sparkly shoes, which she designed and made herself.
We're in the mermaid number, which is my favorite number. I've got the fish face at the end, so yeah, it's a good show.
So that's fun. And then we go into the Yellow Submarine number with Chopper Dawson leading that. And he's fun. And
The submarine. Yes, they are so funny, and you should see. Actually, you need to film this from backstage
because
they're
running with their submarines above, all around behind the backdrop, and then going back on stage.
We all join hands at the end and we sing Ashland, Ashland, Center of the Universe. And it gives you a really great feeling to be part of this community.
The folks that I'm friends with that we're all new to this year. I get messages during the day like I can't stop singing the song over. Like it's just same here, just in the head all day long. It's
And he comes
fantastic.
home every night talking about his high from singing Ashland, Ashland.
Things like the Temptations with Patrick Warren and some singers and dancers to die for. They've mastered the Temptations moves. We always thought they were really simple until you take them apart and realize you've got to get the moves perfect, and they pretty much do.
That could be on TV or on Broadway. It's so good. Kelly and Deborah Shannon.
My favorite number is Jackson 5.
Jackson 5.
Ah, excellent. Yeah, that Faith Kitchell can sing, can't she?
Give me one more chance. Won't you please let me?
And this year we have the Hanover Junior Idol, Audrey Kate Taylor.
Yes.
And she is good. Really has some pipes. Can really sell the song she's singing. They just keep moving the line from Smash, the TV show.
This
and
young lady is
really,
you're really going to hear from her.
yeah.
She is.
She's 11 years old. We have brought back 7 idols, junior idols, or runner-ups to sing. And boy, they have some pipes, and they're
fabulous.
Singing a great rendition of Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
And Amy Manstercott, isn't that where she's
Yeah,
going
she's
to
going to sing
introduce it?
a staple singer song, I'll Take You There, and she slays it as always. And then we're bringing back the Idols with an Idols reunion, and they're singing What the World Needs Now, and that's a special arrangement from the American Idols, and it's beautiful. To give you credit, we're going to do one from a chorus line, which is very ambitious.
Exciting.
And the people in that number have taken it very seriously with their choreography, and we've had to put it online so that they can practice their choreography. I give you credit for all that. And Karen
It has been
Lynn.
wonderful.
It's a joy. It's strictly a cast. There's no solo lines. It's strictly the cast doing that wonderful thing. And I know it's Sue Watson, our producer director. It was her dream to do it someday. So, and we nail it.
Yeah,
we
it
nail
looks
it.
great.
We do have in the middle of it the traditional tap dance. There's still some people in town, and we got guys and gals this time, but who really want to do a tap dance. And what's a Broadway or a musical show without a little tapping? So that's all stuck in.
I don't think we've ever missed a tap dance.
No, we have not. Then we go to Broadway, and the first thing in our Broadway number is a number that everybody said, you can't do that. There's no way that Ashland, Virginia can do a number from Hamilton, because it's hard. It's really complicated. It's something. And some of us are obsessed with it, so we were determined to have a Hamilton number, and it's the Schuyler Sisters.
In the city, someone in a rush meets someone looking pretty. Excuse me, miss, I know it's not funny, but your perfume smells like your daddy's got money. When you're coming to the city in your fancy heels, you searching for an urchin who can give you ideals.
Burr, you disgust me.
So you disgust me. I'm a trust fund, baby, you can trust me.
What I really love are those animal costumes. Those animal costumes are just magnificent, and having been the home economics teacher around here, I especially appreciate all of the sewing and everything that went into making all of those. They're wonderful, just wonderful.
Learning the Zulu, because there's a lot of Zulu happening with the choir in the background, stuff that, again, the audience isn't really picking up, but they are singing a huge section Zulu. Now, when did that ever happen in the Ashland Musical Variety Show?
So much of this is recreational. It really isn't work. It's the way we enjoy ourselves, and for that reason, practicing for the variety show and getting ready for it and picking the music and that kind of thing, it is really capital R recreational more than anything else.
His true talent, even though he is a newspaper man, is, I think, music, and his true love and what he shares with our community with his music is quite special.
Part of what I do to relieve stress is go home and play the piano, and having something like this to do, a certain sense of accomplishment when you've done it, and for me, it's just pure, unmitigated, unadulterated fun.
Martha, two eyes of blue, but oh, what knows Martha could do? Has anybody seen my girl? Have you seen her? Turned up nose, turned down hose, flapper, yes sir, one of those. Has anybody seen my girl? My old girl now.
That saved a wretch like me.
This year we have, of course, Ira to think about as being one of the mainstays of the whole show in previous years. He's always in the back of my mind when we do that barbershop number, and in fact, any number.
I'm gonna go away and leave you. Never see you any. Never gonna see you any.
Ira and I were several barbershop numbers together, going back to the late 80s probably. Sometimes we had only 4 singers, sometimes 8, sometimes 12. We have an amplified number of singers tonight. We have a mixed barbershop group because we have some women tenors who really add something, I think, to the act.
Because they added 4 women, and we'd all sung with Ira, and it's an honor. I mean, we'd sung in other things with him, so to be added to that was such an honor. And that's what the show is. It's a legacy of, he's part of that legacy and not with us now, so I love that number.
And what's it like being Marilyn Monroe?
I think I found my true self, my true calling in life. I think it's an outfit that my kids may see again and again and again. It's important to embarrass your kids early and often.
The men, the camaraderie back in the men's dressing room is really fun.
So you spend a lot of time back there. How would you know that, Lorie?
I just hear things. I hear things. They make a lot of loud noises over there.
I can't decide whether I like the red dresses better than the white dresses.
Oh, we prefer the white.
You do?
We've had a malfunction with wardrobes. The white's better. The village people are doing good.
White before Memorial Day, please.
You got a favorite number in this show?
Yes, I do. I like the mom song.
Oh yeah.
Yes, super.
And if all your friends jumped off a cliff, would you jump too? If I've said it once, I've said at least 1,000 times before that you're too old to act this way. It must be your father's DNA.
But it's amazing that all of you remember the words, because that is just a very difficult.
At 43, I have no memorization skills left. And so let me tell you, this was
I'm really
the
worried about
hardest thing I've ever done, is memorize this song.
But
Well, if it makes you feel any better, the school board of supervisors, that number, Stuart Robertson has a mirror on which he has the words typed out so he can hold his mirror up and do his posing. Now that is pathetic. He says he has a lot on his mind.
Have you told him that?
Yes, I've told him it was
Okay,
pathetic.
well then it'd be okay to put that
Oh
in the
yes,
video.
oh yes, that's quite all right.
I love doing the flip cards.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin Trent, after the Masterworks Chorale performed, is talking about the prestigiousness of the chorale. And he says,
That was so formal and so majestic and so not.
and
You lost it.
I lost it.
So, what has been the most challenging number for you this year?
Probably synchronized swimming, because it's all on an 8 count, and we're not used to counting. I mean, we have a hard enough time counting to 8, but I mean, but Lorie's off to the side going 1, 2, 3. So we're always having the 8 count. So it's more timed, I think, than any act that I've ever been in before.
You got fins to the left, fins to the right. You're the only girl in town.
We thought, have a shark, and we need a little Jimmy Buffett, and Chopper would be it. And he's fabulous.
Open Gangnam Style.
Center of the universe, Ashland, Virginia, my hometown. Just a whistle on the RFP. But you'll never.
It's great to be back. It's nerve-wracking. Everybody, I'm tireder than I thought I would be. I got older in the meantime, but yeah, it's like everybody's having so much fun, and it's all going really well, and everybody's excited for everybody else. Yeah, it's great to be back.
It feels great to get back on the stage, because we haven't had this, and the camaraderie that we have all together through the years. We've made friendships, we've made lifelong friendships, and not having that for the years that we were out was kind of a missing piece.
Well, tell me how it feels to be back.
Well, it's very stressful. It's very stressful. We've lost a lot of muscle memory about how to just do this. We've lost a couple of not a generation, but we've lost several years worth of children being, is indoctrinated the right word?
Yes.
Yes, indoctrinated into it. They don't know Ashland, neither do we.
But this year we're in great shape. We've got some people that have been there before, and we've got some new people too, and we're really excited to make some noise.
And it's fun to get people together. You know, we talk about, people think I make it up or that I'm sort of exaggerating when I talk about community building through the arts, but this is, they say, you call the variety show arts? Well, it is. I mean, singing and dancing for a good cause, but also just for the human dynamics is really important to me.
I've enjoyed being back and being, and doing this. I left doing this in 2003. Sue asked me if I'd help out, and I said sure.
Well, this show, and I think it's probably, we blame everything on COVID, right? I don't think we have as many people. Our cast is not as large this year. I think it's been slow for people to come back.
Because even myself, when we started rehearsals, did COVID, and so that threw another whole week off of rehearsals.
So it literally all came together on Wednesday night. I'm not kidding about that.
Like day before yesterday.
Like day before yesterday.
Yeah.
I love the children from Henry Clay and Gandy. I just love watching them.
We are together in this, together we're strong, never alone.
It's amazing because, you see her work with the kids and then
they respond so well to her.
Yeah, we're watching them respond to her and their faces light up and they're having a great time, and so that's fun to watch too. Yeah.
The opening number I staged, and it's the same opening number that we did in 1982.
First time as a purple dress girl, yes.
So tell me about that experience.
It has been absolutely wonderful.
Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Get over.
Oddly, Waterloo. No, I take that back. I canceled the taking care of business. Waterloo for me too.
Defeated, you won the war. Waterloo, promise to love you forevermore.
It's difficult, it's challenging, it's fun, it's syncopated, it's got everything.
Shower the people you love with love. I love listening to that with Felix playing the guitar.
Felix is great.
That is, yeah.
Shower the People is Sue's life. It's how she lives, it's what she does, it's why she's done the show so many years. And it's also why, when she asks, we do the show for her. So tonight, especially tonight, this one's for you.
Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will.
I like the gospel song because it's the one that we get to do together, and it's the first one, and it brings everybody kind of like, it brings the audience together, yeah.
It does.
And it's nice to see everybody's faces, just lighten up, and them dancing with us, and we're clapping. So it's a good song to get everybody on their feet.
Favorite number this year?
This year it's, yes, the Elvis number. It's called If I Can Dream, and John Gordon is singing it, and that I think is my favorite. It's right at the end of Act 2, and I think that's my favorite. Yeah.
If I could dream of a warmer sun where hope keeps shining on everyone, tell me why, oh why, oh why won't that sun appear?
What I Did for Love, I think, is my favorite because I like a chorus line, and I think that's really special. I think it really sums up what this show is all about. It's all about love and kindness and being with the community on both sides of the tracks here in Ashland.
What I Did for Love embodies everything that this show stands for and why the original five, the original five came up with the idea and what they wanted to do, not just fundraise for the Hanover Arts and Activities Center, but to have an event that we could make new friends and learn something from each other and just have fun and spread that community building, which we all now call community building through the arts. And it's still doing that this year. It's still the same thing.
And that number sort of captures what it is that I hope we're doing. Certainly why I've done it for all these years. Certainly not because I wanted to go to Broadway and be a star.
What I did for love. Love is never wrong. As we travel on, that's what we'll remember.
And I learned Ashland, center of the universe.
I know, we have our own song.
I know, that's great. I was gonna see if we can get one like that in mechanics room.
Ashland, center of the universe. Ashland, Virginia, USA. It's my town. It's your town. It's our Valentine
And I think we're going to sing Ashland, Ashland one more time.
It's a labor of love, and I'm just glad that Sue and Fred and Carter and Lorie can be here because they are the creative juice that amplifies this production.
You showed it very well.
Well.
Beautifully.
It's not
Great
a show
fun.
without the talent, though, Tom.
Including you, Rob. So they're all here to answer any questions that you might have about the show.
Here is an FYI about Ashland. Now that our new elementary school is called Ashland Elementary, Meganella, our Stanlick and I, the two music teachers there, we have decided this year that all of the students at Ashland Elementary School will be learning. And we hope that even after we're gone from there, that the tradition will continue. So.
So questions for either Sue, Lorie, Fred, or Carter?
Or Rob. Or Steve.
You don't want to ask him anybody.
Or Woody. Or Ned.
As the talent expert.
People can continue to ask questions if they want, but I just want to say thank you all for this gift that you all have given to the town. Thank you.
Okay, so Sarah Holloway couldn't be here tonight, but she sent a short message and Lori's going to read it.
So, but the looming question is, is there going to be another show? Yeah. So this is the official statement from the center. During the COVID pandemic, we were forced to put the Ashland Musical Variety Show on hold for several years. In 2023, we were elated to bring the show back. And while it took some work to get our variety show muscle memory working, again, it was a joy for everyone involved to be back at Blackwell singing and dancing with our neighbors and friends again. The biggest takeaway from our last show was that the variety show is important to so many and that our community benefits so much. With the retirement of Sue from directing the show, there is no doubt that there are questions about the future of the show. The center board agrees that the variety show is not only a cornerstone of our past, but that it will be in our future. We have assembled a steering committee guided by our board member and pit musician Jim Foster that will be working on addressing the challenges and rewards of continuing on with the magic created by Sue and Lorie and their talented team, Carter, Fred, can't forget Karen Lynn too, and Ned and all those guys in the pit, as well as every volunteer that has ever given their time in the many important roles of the show. If you would like to help, consult, or organize with us, please contact us. To everyone who has given their time and talent to this special show, thank you, especially to Sue, who has always been and always will be the very heart of the Ashland Musical Variety Show. To the future, Sarah Holloway.
There's some newspaper things and pictures that you might like to see. The show was actually reviewed sometimes. And it's interesting that, they wrote like they were really like they were on Broadway. A miracle.
John Longacre wrote a lot of those wonderful reviews for the Herald Progress. Yeah.
There was a drama team.
They took it very seriously.
Oh, sorry.
Finish this.
Oh.
Tom.
Yeah.
No, I just want to say that I really enjoyed the video. More than anything, I enjoyed the interviews with everyone. And also, why can't this be done every year?
That's true about that. I hope everybody knows our Ashland Town Council member, Pam Sopal. Yeah. So, thank you for coming, Pam.
Can I just say something on behalf of all the kids that were indoctrinated? I took it for granted when I was growing up, and now being an adult, like seeing how unique that truly was for a childhood. Like now that I'm older, I'm so grateful, and it brings me tears. Because it was just so.
We did joke about the fact that our spouses called themselves widows and widowers during the preparation of the show. We didn't have a lot of home life during those.
Yeah. Dedication. There's some other reviews and things on the table if you're interested. Thank you all. So
In case anybody else is also interested, are there plans to distribute this or to use it also as a fundraiser?
I sent out an invitation probably too late last night to folks that were actually featured in the video, and I told them that after tonight's presentation I would edit something, put it up on YouTube, and send a link. So Betsy's got a sign-in sheet, and I hope that you'll stop by and fill it out and give me your email address, and I'll make sure that you get a copy of the presentation, including Betsy and Lorie and Sue's remarks. So yeah, and I'll include the video too.
So it's the sign-in that we use at the museum. I just need your name and your email. You don't need to fill out the other stuff.
look forward to looking at what you have up here. So everyone come back in a month. We'll have another history talk. Next time it's the railroads, and then Sally Bell's 100th anniversary.
That's it.